Okay, in this video session, we're going to go ahead and do homework exercise number 9 from section 11.8, which is on expected value. All right, let's look at this problem. It says, in a product liability case, a company can settle out of court for a loss of $350,000. So they definitely can pay $350,000 if they go out of court, or if they go to trial. Then they're either going to lose $800,000 if found guilty, or they won't have to pay anything if not found guilty. And so the company estimates that the probability of not guilty is 0.8. What is the expected value if the company can lose by taking the case to court? Okay, so again, if they take it to court, if they're found guilty, then what happens is they're going to have to pay the company for the lawyer, so they're going to have to pay $800,000, correct? Now notice, not guilty is 0.8, so 1 minus 0.8 is equal to 0.2, so being found guilty would be 0.2, okay? That would be your value, your first one, and then if it's not guilty, then they're not going to have to pay anything, right? That's why they take it to court. And notice, it would be not guilty would be 0.8. So again, you can use your list features in the calculator, or you can just go ahead and multiply the negative 800,000 times 0.02 plus 0 times 0.8 and get your value, okay? So either way, it's not too long to do. We can do, if we want, we can do our list features in the calculator and go ahead and do it that way. So again, if we go to Stat, over to Edit, and we're going to clear out our old values by hitting the Clear button. And in L1, if it's found guilty, right, then they're going to lose 800,000, so that'd be a negative 800,000. Okay, if they're not guilty, then they're not going to have to pay anything, which would just be 0. Okay, in L2, not being guilty is 0.8, right? So being guilty is 1 minus 0.8, which would be 0.2, and then 0.8 for not being guilty. So then we can go ahead and do our stat, use our right arrow key to do the calculations, hit one variable. Again, I'm going to put in second number 1, comma above the 7, second L2, and if you have a newer version, you're going to hit L1 for the first row, the list, L2 in the second row, then hit calculate. I'm going to press enter. So the expected value, the amount of money a company can lose by taking the case to court, would be, the X bar is always the expected value, which would be a negative $160,000. Okay? Now, should the company settle out of court? Well, the answer is they should settle out of court because their expected value is only a negative 160. Whereas, or no, I'm sorry, they should settle, they should go to court, I'm sorry, because the expected value is a negative. It's smaller than the loss they're automatically going to get of settling out of court, right? This is in court, this is out of court, so the expected value is better because it's a negative number. We want a smaller negative number, right? Smaller loss. So now notice, the company should settle out of court. The answer is no, because they should go to court because the expected loss is smaller. So out of court, the answer is no. We got to close our ink layer. No. And we get the correct answer. All right? Very good. Okay. A 30-year-old, let's look at number 10. A 30-year-old woman wants to purchase a $200,000 one-year life insurance policy. What should the insurance company charge the woman for the policy if it wants an expected profit of $70. Okay, so in this case, the woman is 30 years old, correct? So in this chart, of course, we have 30. The probability of her death is 0.00070, right? Now, again, if the person either dies or lives, okay, now the insurance company, if the person dies, is going to have to pay out $200,000. That's what she's purchasing. So if she dies, they would have to pay out $200,000. Now the probability is what? If that she dies is 0.00070. The probability that if she lives, then the insurance company would have to pay out $0 because it's just because they only pay out if she dies. And this probability would be 1 minus 0.00070. Okay? And now again, we can put this in and then go ahead and get the expected value, but then we're going to do what? Add on an extra $70 to see what she gets, okay, to make it, to get their profit. So again, we would go to the stat key. If we use our L1 and L2, we'll go to stat, edit, clear out L1, highlight L1, hit clear. And again, if she dies, they're going to pay out $200,000, so they're going to lose $200,000. If she lives, it's going to be 0. They're not going to have to pay out anything, the insurance company. The probability she dies for a 30-year-old, we said, is 0.00070. The probability that she lives is 1 minus 0.00070. Okay, and now we have our values in L1, our probabilities in L2, so we go to Stat, Calculations, one variable. Again, I'm going to put L1, comma L2. If you have a newer version, you're going to put L1 in row 1, L2 in row 2, and then hit Calculate. And the company is going to be, so now the company on the average is going to pay out $140, correct? So then what the expected payout is going to be $140. So then what we'll do is they have to charge $140 to break even, right? But plus another $70 because they want to make profit. So their average payout is going to be $140, so they're going to charge $140 to even it out, and then we're going to add another $70 because the profit is 70. So that means they should charge $210, and if they do that, they will get an average expected value of $70. Again, they were going to pay out from the expected value $140, so that means they should charge $140 to break even, but they want a profit of 70, so we added another 70, the profit of 70, and the chart, so they should charge us, the company should charge her $210. Okay, that concludes the homework problems for this session, for section 11.8. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Thanks.